Crimean and South Ossetian conflicts, the recognition of two nationalist republics by Russia and Azerbaijan would show more restraint in implementation of its foreign and domestic policy. It was become obvious that following Georgian example in the one-side orientation to the West and ignoring the Russian interest in the region would inevitably lead to confrontation with Russia. Since Georgia is now out of play for a relatively long time, and the revision of its significance for the external actors has already begun, Azerbaijan could occupy its position if Baku makes a slight democratic transformation. The future trend of the research of minerals for energy supplies from the Caspian region may require from Azerbaijan substantial flexibility in building its relationship with Russia and Iran, as well as with Kazakhstan and Central Asian states. In this politically new post-5-day war situation, Azerbaijan will continue to provide a complementary policy balance between Russia and the United States and demonstrate its adherence to Western values for external consumption, conducted a somewhat complementary policy aimed at understanding and receiving priorities from the international community of the territorial integrity of the country by force in case if the negotiation fails. Attempts to create so-called government in exile for the representatives of the Azerbaijani terminology, Azerbaijani community of the Nagorno-Karabakh, and to include its representatives into the negotiation on the status of this de facto state for balance the electing authorities of this quasi-state. I consider this step provocative and non-acceptable. However, in contrast to Georgia, Azerbaijan has always stressed that any military action in the area of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict aimed to the restoration of its territorial integrity would be implemented solely by Azerbaijan forces. In the meantime, the analysis of the situation in that very zone allows to posit a high degree of probability that Azerbaijan can restart military actions in the medium-term perspective. In addition to the historic its identification of the conflict, there is also, unfortunately, a cultivation of the enemy image of Armenians in the Azerbaijani society, and the highest leadership of the country permanently threatens that force will be used as a means to solve the conflict. In one of his recent speeches this very day, President predictable and guaranteed victory. Among other external factors, I would like to mention also the Russian position, the threat of pipelines, and as well as some outline shifts in the Armenian-Turkish relations. Now let me turn to Armenia. Of course, for my country, the situation after the August 2008 was changed substantially. First of all, Armenia lost the possibility to use overland access to Russia through Georgia. Second, the recognition of Abkhazia and South Ossetia by Russian had an indirect impact on the process of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict settlement, while Turkey and Russia have visibly intensified their activity. Armenia has found itself under very strong political and economic pressure by Russia, which demands from Armenia to make the final decision on who is your friend, taking into account very strong defense of the Armenian economy from the Russian investors. It is quite difficult to resist such a pressure. So as a result of this, there might be a gradual and forced retreat from the complementary policy conducted by Armenia for the last decade, which was sensational and threatening relationship with the Euro-Atlantic institutes. Fourth, the active regional saturation in the South Caucasus. Even more, the status quo established after that a 5-year war will be determined in the medium-term perspective by following factors. The final withdrawal of Abkhazia and South Ossetia from the jurisdiction of Georgia, Russia's accession to all the additional political and military leverage in the region, conducting of the complementary policy by Azerbaijan in parallel with the increasing militarization and enlarged claims of the role of the regional power, Armenia's attempt to emphasize its presence in the international politics and increase its significance for the external actors. Thus, in the context of further development in the South Caucasus, much will depend upon the political behavior of two other actors in the South Caucasian area, Turkey and Russia, as well as the United States, European Union, and NATO. So I will start from United States and EU. And let me say that local war in the South Caucasus has led to certain adjustment of the approaches by the European Atlantic institutions to the region as a whole and to each state in particular. Let me remind you that since the August events in Georgia were one of the most remarkable of minimizing the involvement or intervention into those problems that can be considered secondary in the U.S. national security priorities. In regard to the South Caucasus, it first of all means some re-evaluation of the Georgian practice and also the position of the entire South Caucasus in the U.S. policy. Regarding Armenia and Azerbaijan, the new U.S. administration is trying to conduct a balanced policy, especially in the settlement of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, including those preservation of the priorities in providing the military support. At the same time, the process of normalization of the Armenian-Turkish relations is encouraged by all means. In these two problems, unlike in situation in Georgia, there is some coincidence of the U.S. and Russian interest in and approaches. In particular, at the G8 summit in Italy on July 10, 2009, presidents of Russia, U.S., and France issued a joint statement expressing their commitment to resolve the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. In whole, the Obama Medvedev meeting on July 7 in Moscow signalized that two powers try to overcome their existing contradictions and concentrate on their common strategies and goals. There was just one phrase related to the South Caucasus in the remark of President Obama. This quotation. For instance, we had a strong discussion on Georgia and Israel. The situation in the South Caucasus is a little bit different from the European point of view. As